Hello everybody! Welcome back. We are here with Savannah Venger, the ex-Courier 6 of the Mojave Wasteland, with Willow and King. There's King, good old King. Yeah, that's good old King. And we're here to talk about, showcase, introduce you to Brianna here. So Brianna, they met in their travels between Nebraska and Kansas, because it's kind of hard to actually know actual borders when there's no governments anymore to focus on those borders. So it's around that area. It was the more civilized area, so because a lot of Kansas was taken over by the Yippee Cow Yay Raider. I can't remember the name of them, but I think that's what it was. But Brianna obviously was not part of them. She was up in a more desolate area. They came upon her being overrun by a lot of feral ghouls, and basically the EM 250 came in, as well as a couple of these other vehicles that have weaponry, and whoever had weaponry also jumped out. Basically, those feral ghouls didn't have a chance. They got mowed over, blown up, everything like that. So they rescued Brianna, and she was very grateful and was curious where they were going, and they told her, and she's like, well, can I come along? I got no plans to stay in this area, and this, if you want to, sure, you can join our convoy. And they were, she's like, what, this little old convoy? And they went, yep, this little old convoy. And so she hopped on her motorcycle with her sidecar and joined the convoy and headed eastbound and down. So what is amazing about this is that she built this. She was able to repair this motorcycle. It looks a little different from other Lone Wanderer motorcycles in that her fenders don't cover the wheels entirely. It's beat up, but it runs perfectly. Doesn't look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid. And she found this car basically in a small town, small nameless town. Basically, it was one of the victims of the Great War. The town, well, and the vehicle, but the town, basically it was a town of no name. Probably had a population before the war of 500 people. So this was one of the vehicles, and the engine was it was shot. So she ripped out the engine, gutted the engine. There's none of that stuff in it. And this section right here, she hinged. And basically, this pillow is here with these sheets so that she can sit here cross-legged if she chooses, or she can remove the sheets and place her feet down there. So she does have room to kind of stretch out while sitting. But after, when she wants to go to sleep, she moves the pillow, keeps the sheets there, surprisingly. If she doesn't want to use them, then she keeps them there. And she takes this section and it folds down. And when it folds down, it actually doesn't look like it, but it does actually fit within these confines. Indents, not confines, indents. It does fit in the indents. So it's a relatively flat surface. And basically, right behind here, you can see the seam. And this seam, it's a tight seam. Meaning, the little darkness that you can see, yeah, you're almost seeing just inside the engine bay. Because what she did was she folds this down. After she removed the engine, she welded in a steel plate into the bottom so that basically she puts her sleeping bag, well, rolls out her sleeping bag. Right now her sleeping bag is inside the engine bay, but she rolls out her sleeping bag and sleeps. stretches out, her head's over here with her pillow, and she closes this at night and sleeps inside here. So she is able to stay warm and dry and safe from attacks. These windows are pretty damn tough. I mean, they had to, you know, safety features, concerns in the pre-war, you know, U.S. Yeah, they were pretty scummy with a lot of stuff, especially the nuclear waste and price gouging and shit. But I mean, if you notice, there's still a lot of good glass and windows in the world, and this is cracked over time. But hers are also cracked because, you know, she has had some raider attacks and ghoul attacks slapping on it, and it hasn't broken yet. It's kind of cracked a little bit, but this frame really, it holds in a lot. This is a very sturdy vehicle. So yeah, she has turned this into her home. She just folds that down. It's a tight fit. She will be one of the first ones to tell you, yes, it is a tight fit. But she's a pretty calm sleeper. And so yeah, she's able to stretch out in here. And she's got a spray bottle of liquid Abraxos so she can keep herself clean in between showers. Moisturizer. She's got a little bit of food. You can see she's got pork and beans, some sardines, some reading material. She's got, she's got a can of chips and Sunset Sarsaparilla and personal defense. Oh yes, and, okay. Can we, let's go with this. Oh, come on. There we go. She's also got a water bottle attached and plenty of ammo. And there's potato crisps. So she does have protection. But she does have pretty good protection when she closes the door. And honestly, it takes a lot of raiders by surprise because a lot of raiders don't understand how this door works. So if they're over here going all thump, 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 she unlocks it from here and pushes the door really hard, which knocks them off balance. And she's already grabbed her gun, so she pushes the door open, knocks them off balance, stands up in her vehicle, and goes bang, bang, bang. And then they're usually taken care of. And also, same thing, she takes her gun. And honestly, if they're trying to get to her from this side or something like that, they're having a they're hanging on that. But if they're leaning over here trying to do shit, again, she pushes open her door while she has her gun. She stands here and boom. Hey, Willow.
Too much is falling in mine.
It's great hearing Willow sing. That's one of the great things about Willow. She sings. She sang in the Mojave. She sings out here. It's great. I love it. So yeah, she is able to defend herself pretty well. And I'm sure some of you may be wondering, wait a minute, how the fuck does this actually work? Well, you know what? Brianna's not an idiot. So if you look, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to grab this. Right there. She's got some steel bar right there. And a steel bar right there, which she basically created a steel frame to attach to this Lone Wanderer and a frame that she welded to the underside of this car. And that is how it works. Now, it's not very agile, but it's not meant to be agile. It's meant to get you from point A to point B and keep you sheltered from dickheads and the elements. And over here, she has her belongings already, places for her belongings to, some food and additional clothing and such that she is not able to fit in there. Mostly it's her sleeping bag that fits in there because she can't really shove her head through very far. So it mostly just holds her sleeping bag. I mean, she can open the hood if, the hood. She can open the hood if she wants to, but she tries not to, but she can. And of course, right there, she's got a very cleaned up cooler, so it keeps things cooler longer than the old beaten up ones. And inside this crate, she actually has hinges that you can't see right now because the hinges are underneath, but she's got it locked up right now. And this front end folds down and has little you guys remember the bed in there, right? The ones that are attached to the walls and then they fold down. Yeah, she's got those kind of hinges here. So she flips this down so it becomes a flat surface, and I'm sliding it around and making you guys all sick, and I'm sorry about that. There we go. But she's able to flip it down, and she's got some cooking things in here. Mostly a hot plate with some backup fusion cells, and a couple of mixing bowls and things like that, and a pot, and she's able to cook some quick stuff on here. And then when she's finished, she cleans it up as best she can, grabs some purified water that's inside its own little shelving unit inside. Back against this back wall, she's got a bit of a shelf screwed in so that it's wide enough to put in 5 cans of purified water. So, or a couple of bottles, so she can refill them with the water truck. And yeah, she uses that to wash her bowls and brush her teeth and stuff like that. And when she's done, she just throws the bad stuff away, closes it up, and climbs in bed and reads. So, yeah, she is very proud of her vehicle, her home, and so am I. Honestly, so am I. I have, getting away from lore now, I've wanted to build a sidecar home for a long time, long before Fallout 4. I saw a lot of zombie movies where people would be traveling across the country on a motorcycle and then they'd sleep out under the stars. Oh yeah, that reminds me. That is her sleeping bag's sleeping tarp, so she can put it on the ground when she does feel like sleeping under the stars, if she feels that it's safe, which it sometimes is. Sometimes she does it because she's in with the Convoy, so she's got a lot of protection. So sometimes she will actually sleep out under the stars, and there's her sleeping tarp, so that her sleeping bag doesn't get all damp from the moisture on the ground when you sleep on it. Anyway, yeah, I got the idea from watching a lot of survival, usually some of those zombie movies, but I don't watch all the zombie ones, just like fun action ones that happen to have zombies in them. Yeah, those are the ones I like. Anyway, yes, I like the Resident Evil movies. Those are fun. They may be silly, but they're fun, and I like them. Anyway, but those aren't the only ones I've seen. A lot of them have like a motorcycle and they're traveling across country in a post-apocalypse, and then they dump down their sleeping bag and sleep against the motorcycle. And I'm like, yeah, but what about rain? What about rain? Yeah, sure, that's what the cowboys did, and now you're a cowboy with your iron horse and stuff like that. But you know what? I would really rather have something that I can close and keep myself warm and dry and safe from the elements and safe from dickheads who want to try and start shit. Be they zombie dick shits or raider dickheads or yippee cow yay fuckers or whatever. So yeah, I just thought this vehicle actually fits pretty well for a sidecar. Yes, it's backwards, but you sleep at this end, your head is over here and you're like that. And because your head is in here, you get a panorama of the sky with this car. So yeah, I had fun coming up with this and trying to make it work and make it fit lore-wise in my head lore. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And oh yeah, I figure why not. You may also notice she's got riding chaps on. Yeah, there we go. She's got a nice western outfit with riding chaps and boots. Goes perfectly with her steel horse. And if she happens to fall off the bike for some reason, you know, the chaps are going to protect her legs and stuff. So it's kind of nice. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed yourself. And remember, be excellent to each other and to yourself. And party on. Thanks, guys. Bye.